What's up, people, and welcome back to Bloodborne. Before we get into this episode, I do want to say a couple of things. I looked at the last video, and I do apologize. I kind of trailed off at the end, like my voice got really low, and it was kind of hard to hear, but I was getting a little bit tired at the end of that episode. So, yeah, I do apologize for that, but I'm back. I'm revitalized, ready to go. And another thing that I'm going to do going forward is I'm going to explain my techniques for the boss fight before I fight the boss. So like before I go in, I'm going to kind of lay out a nice little rundown of what I'm looking to do. And then I'm going to fight the boss with minimal distractions, because I've been kind of trying to explain and show items, and I think it's kind of hindering my boss fighting abilities. So I'm just going to kind of play the bosses straight up from now on and see how that goes. Just to avoid any lengthy episodes and runbacks and stuff like that, even though I can edit that out. Just try to make it a little bit smoother. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, we defeated the blood-starved beast on the last episode. So right now what we want to do is head back to the Cathedral ward. Alright, so from here we had the two ways and one was blocked off, but now we can see the passage to the right is open. We cannot continue through either of these two ways. There's going to be a gate on both sides that's going to be blocking us. Again, that's the 10,000 blood echoes thing, and we're not going to do that. So this is how you get around spending those blood echoes. First thing we'll do is go up here. Little bit of a secret. And we actually get our first Carol rune, which I will explain those coming up in just a little bit. So just remember that, and we'll talk about it here in either by the end of this episode or the next episode. Alright, so heading back up here. This time we want to go all the way up. Just make sure you don't run yourself down that hole. Come in here. Watch out for this maniac. Another Carol rune. And through here, run right on by to the other side. And from here, we're safe. Nice platform we can fight on. Just make sure you don't go off the edge. Around this way. Stop that guy from falling off. And we got our first twin bloodstone shards. So we are going to be dropping down there, but we don't want to do that quite yet. What I want to do is draw some of these guys out. Come on, buddy. Damn. Locked onto the wrong guy. Let's get out of that mess. You can see these guys are a little bit meatier than they were before. Got an upgrade to our blood tinge. Alright, so when you come up here, you got the wheelchair guy and you got another guy, so we're going to run. We actually want to fight that guy first. There we go. Yeah, you want to get around this guy, then you kind of don't have to worry about him and fight the sword guy back over here. That's the way you want to do that. Just gotta be careful. Don't swing yourself off. There's a big guy waiting for us around the corner. There he is. Pull him in here. Again, be very careful that you don't swing yourself off attacking those guys. Man, I went the wrong way. Should have went the other way. But here's our ladder. We're going to take this up, obviously. Follow this around for some cold blood. Watch out for these guys with their plague masks and their flamethrowers. There's also a guy, you can see him hiding over there. This other guy comes wheeling in, so you figure out how you want to take him out. It's not a real dangerous situation, just realize that they're there. We got the Radiant Sword Hunter badge, so now we got another upgrade. And if you try to continue on this way, we got a locked door. We're going to get back to that door much later. So right now we're going to head right back down. So this is where we first came in, first ran up. Actually got some quicksilver bullets. So from where you killed the Wandering Madness, you want to come back and we're going to go ahead and drop down. And out here we're going to access another hidden area. So what you want to do is you want to line up as you're coming through. There are some items down there. We're not going to be able to get them because we're going to this special area here. But you can just come back and grab them. So what we want to do is you want to watch out for that plank right there, but you want to line up with the ropes and you can just walk off. Top off. And from right here, you're going to walk off again. Made it to the old abandoned workshop, so very similar to the Hunter's Dream. Got the dial closed if you're into that sort of thing. And this old Hunterborne is going to be our first hunter's tool that we will be using. We can't use it just yet. All we need is 1 point in arcane. We have 14. And we need 15. But it says the art of quickening speeds up rolling and quick steps. Really useful, really cool. So that's one of the two that we're going to be using. You can see an abandoned doll. 1/3 of an umbilical cord. It's kind of an important item, but you won't really need it until the end game. So we're just going to hang on to it. And then we get a small hair ornament. So let's go ahead and actually we don't want to do that. We're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're just going to go back out and drop down. Alright, so do be careful. From up here you can see there's an enemy down there. We want to sneak up on that guy, so don't go too crazy. What we're going to go ahead and do is drop down right here. And you can't lock onto this one, this beast. But we're going to sneak up. When you see him twitch, land that. And land the visceral. And then quickly get him out of here. Because he goes crazy and he is pretty difficult. He's going to give us the Beast Carol rune. Which again I'll talk about here coming up. Alright, so we're at another part of Yharnam here. We got some NPCs if you want to, or some dialogue options if you want to talk there. Those guys can scare the crap out of you if you're not ready. Alright. So, keep an eye out for that guy. We really don't want to mess with him right now. Come out here. That's the way we want to go to continue. But we're going to do a few more things here. So, coming this way, we take a look at this guy. This is one of the enemies that gives us the reason to carry the saw spear. They are weak to thrust attacks. Alright, so what I did there was a fully charged R2 with the saw spear. And when you follow that up with another R2, that will knock most enemies down. Not all of them, but most enemies will be knocked down. So it's very useful. It's one of the cool things about that weapon. Alright, let's continue back up. Now we want to fight these guys over here. We don't want to go out in front of that big guy. And we want to be very careful. Alright, cool. So we cleared that up. And there's our guy right there. We're going to grab this. And we're going to circle back around so we can stay away from him. And here we go. So, back in Cathedral Ward, we are now on the other side of one of those gates. Grab that, and the first thing that you want to do when you hit the ground here is open that up. Before you do anything else, you want to operate that device. And now we get back to the Cathedral Ward lamp. So, wooden shield, which we will definitely not be using. Alright, so as you can see right down there is where we go to get back to the lamp. That is the front entrance, or front exit I guess. climb up here. Grab the numbing mist. Mist cloud that prevents HP restoration, so you can use it. I believe you can use it in PvP, but it's also useful against certain enemies. We may or may not put it to use. Drop down here. You get the black messenger hat, a gift for your messengers, so you can dress them up how you want to. Alright, so just to show you where we're at. Here we are. So here's the chapel. But we're not going to be sticking around here. We're actually going to move on to the next area. There's still plenty of stuff we can do around here, but I like to go to the next area to unlock a few more things for the workshop, and then we start knocking out this area. We're going to slip on by these guys. Whoops. And get killed. Stupid death coming up, possibly. Alright, made it out of there. Alright, so from right here, we're going to take a left. And we're going to head out this way. Now this next area is kind of tricky. It can be a little bit brutal. We're going to attempt to get the items. Generally, I just slip on through here. Starting off, you definitely want to stick to the left here. Oh, Nelly. Come on. All right. And here we are in Hemwick. Really cool place. I love how they mix the sounds with the environments in this game. Marvelous. Alright, so let's go ahead and see if we can't die back here. Absolutely hate this place. I'm gonna try to use the terrain. Let's see, here's one. going to stick to this side for now. See the break right there on the level. Alright, and this is a complete mess right here. Try to rush in. Alright, we did it. So, I mean, okay items. You know, is it really worth the hassle or the time? It's up to you. I don't really think it is. I always make it through the game just fine without ever messing with that, but just so everybody knows, there we go. Alright, let's return to the dream real quick. Go ahead and spend our cold bloods. So we picked up the new badge. So now you could get Ludwig's Holy Blade, which has some decent requirements to it. That's gonna, I think it ends up scaling pretty well with Arcane. So it's a pretty good weapon. Really fun to use, actually. As far as that goes, it looks good. Let's see if we can squeak out an upgrade. And we can. Now we got a +4 saw cleaver. Don't remember if we picked up any blood gems. Nothing useful there. Nothing. Oh yeah, we got the blood tinge upgrade. So there you can see we get a pretty big jump, +13. Can store away that. Get rid of those 0.7s. Get rid of a couple of those. Keep 2. That one actually adds fire attack, so when we get our 3rd slot, we could put fire on our weapons, but it will take away all of our physical, so we probably won't do that, and we can get rid of that one. Alright, looks good. Let's
welcome. What is it?
Get us a level or 2.
Very well.
First thing we're going to do is get that 15 arcane. So that 1 point will allow us to use both of the hunter tools that I want to use for this playthrough. We'll go ahead and level that off. So now we got 10 and 10. And I'll go ahead and throw one more. Actually, we'll keep it like that for now.
Farewell, good.
Alright. So this is now going to permanently stay in our first slot. Keep the pebble. Get us a throwing knife. And just to demonstrate what that does, it's not as cool. It's way cooler when you're locked onto something. Instead of rolling, they just kind of phase in and out. So Really cool item. We'll be putting it to use for sure, mainly during boss fights. So let's go ahead and let's get, whoops, we'll get 20 blood vials, and we'll get 5 quicksilver. So now we have 52 in storage and 56 in storage, which is really good. Alright, I think we're going to call this a quick episode. A little bit shorter. It's kind of some odds and ends. When we come back next time, we're going to go through Hemwick and take care of that and get our Carol runes so that we can equip that and have a fully functional workshop. So I will see you on the next episode.